Hey, yo, Flip.
Yo.
I'm going to put you on to some fire, man. They got this new beard wash company. They got the lotion and the everything.
What's their name?
They got a recovery room.
What's the name?
Maestro's Classic.
G-Money's up front. I'll put you on. I've been with you on the Maestro's,
sure?
man. You forgot where I brought you? You forgot where I brought you up there?
Oh, man.
You forgot about Ghost?
All right. What's his name?
Ghost, you know again?
He cool, man. Yeah. Ghost is cool, man.
Yo, make sure you get your Maestro's Classic beard care products today at Target, CVS, or go on maestrosclassic.com and use the promo code QueensFlip to get 10% off.
10%, that's it? I thought it was free if you put your...
Are you crazy?
All right, okay.
Make sure you go there today. Log on maestroswithas.com. I'm from Queens. G-Money!
Yo.
What's up, man? How you doing, man?
Everything good.
Notes
is ready. You know what I'm saying?
That's all you put capital with? I don't see the notes.
The notes, this is my notes right there.
You've been blocking notes, bro. How you doing, G-Money?
I'm coolin', bro.
We are working, man. Flip the script. You know what I mean? They are saying that, you know, we're filling a lot of voids. We're becoming a top podcast. Man, how you feel about that, G?
We've been a top podcast. You know what I'm saying? It's from the people out here. We've been working out here, man.
There's a lot of podcasts.
They forgot we had Eric B over here. We had Adrian Brown up here, little Mama God. We had, you know what I'm saying? What's up? We had a lot of people up here already, man. You know, but now it's definitely another level. Definitely another bracket. You know what I'm saying? Another stripe on our joint. How you feeling? You all right?
I feel pretty good, man. You know, I feel like, you know, like Lloyd Banks say, you can cover your notes all you want. Like Banks say, Banks say, man, we gotta cherish it while we have it. You know, while it's that, because, you know, sometimes, you know, these networks come in, a lot of things may change. They might like the interviewing style, but they may not like, you know. But I think that is dope, man. I think that it's a blessing that people are putting us in these categories, man. Yeah. That shit is amazing, bro.
They really I was telling him behind the scenes, like, I guess, you know, they really appreciate the stories. You know what I'm saying? Some people knew some of the names and heard certain things about certain people, but now they get to hear the story from the horse's mouth, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? So why you always look at me while I'm talking like this?
You my nigga, man. I like you talk, man. You cool. You doing good, man. Yeah.
Good looking.
You get younger by the day, bro.
Younger?
You trying to grow your beard out. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying something different, you know.
Flip the Script podcast, man. Where do you see us in the next year, G-Money?
Definitely, you know, network or something. Everybody's seen it, so I definitely agree. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be bigger than this. This is the big platform, but I think it's going to get even bigger. You know what I'm saying? Next couple months, couple years.
How much people you see walking off our show based off our style of interviewing?
Wait, walking off the show? What you mean?
Yeah. You know, we had Jay Mills walk off before. How much people you see walking off? Because, you know, you've been causing trouble lately, and I've been getting the blame for it, huh?
We gonna get to that too. I want to actually think about that.
Like, everybody mad at me. I ain't do nothing.
I'm cool, man.
G-Money.
Yo.
I feel good. I feel blessed, man. Shout out to the people that support. Shout out to everybody that came on Flip the Script and help us set a new wave, man.
Yeah,
so a lot of things about it that, you know, these people want to, you see, the things that's different between Flip the Script and other people, and I look in the cameras, that when we get the OGs or, you know, whatever you consider them as, when we get them on the shows, behind the scenes, we are trying to help them as well establish themselves. Right. We're not using, of course we gain monetary gain. Who's gonna lie? Everybody know about YouTube, but my thing is to not give you the fish, is to teach you how to fish, to teach you how to get it like how I got it, to teach you how to get to my level, and that's what I share game. Killer Cav,
right?
Soul B, you know what I'm saying? Even my man Mel Cross, certain things he called me like, and he'll tell you, yo, that's what I'm saying, like. It's natural. People don't do that. They'll take their stories and forget about them because, you know, like, you know what I mean? Like, these guys, I'm trying to get them to YouTube. Yo, this what you can make money off this. Yeah. Off your own stories. You know what I'm saying? And that's what is different between me and these other guys.
Also, we also build a bond with certain guests as well. You know what I'm saying? I had a conversation with Lil Mama last night. Shout out to her. We was on the phone for like an hour last night. And, you know, we've been, what? Nothing crazy, too. That's the homie. But, we've been talking a lot lately, just, you know, but it's from... I met her years ago from the party scene, teen days and all that, but when you know, she came on the show is when I got a chance to really sit down with her and talk to her. I've seen her in passing all the time. Yo, what's up? Got a picture, whatever, DJ party she performed. I've been that plenty of times, but we sat down on the show, we spoke, and after that, we kind of gained a friendship, you know what I'm saying? So now we've been speaking a lot more, and she's been putting a lot of positive stuff in my ear about life and
wow.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? It's different. It's different.
She's a very positive person.
Yeah, it's very. So she'll call me on some random shit like, yo, just want to see how you doing, blah, blah, blah. You know, whatever you're into, make sure you take it, you know, blah, blah. Like, she'll give me some insight on life and industry stuff. And you know what I'm saying? Like, she's really been like that. So the show is more than just us interviewing a guest. You know what I'm saying? We definitely build some friendships, relationships, you know, helping people out with social media. You know what I'm saying? So it's you know, it's different up here, man, for the Script Podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Shout out to our parents, too.
Shout out to our parents. Moms, she's on every post, every episode, every tweet,
Yo,
every
shout out to Auntie Bridge, shout out to my
everything.
mom. Yo,
Pops, what up, Pops?
You know what I mean? I said, yo, shout out to Pops too. Yo, I saw my mother in Mel Cross video comments, bro.
Oh,
I said,
they be on it, bro.
I saw my mother in the comments, and he responded. He didn't know my mother. He didn't know my mother. He responded like, yeah, you know what I mean? I was like, what is she doing, bro?
Shout out Mom Deuce, because she made a nice email the other day.
Deuce,
yeah.
She made a nice long email the other day about our show and, you know, congratulating me and Flip about what was going on. So, you know, I appreciate that and love.
Yo, I want to appreciate you, man. You stuck it out, man. I was just talking to you about it today. I mean, but you said you feel like you're able to talk to me better now and stuff like that, which is great. But you stuck it out with me, man.
Yeah, unfortunately, you know.
It's not unfortunate. Come on, man. You know, you stuck it out with me, man.
Nah, you know, I saw the vision. I saw the vision. You know what I'm saying? And we've been rocking since like 04, 05, something like that.
Friendships, man. And then I didn't want to do a podcast. And look where this shit's going.
Yeah, I had no idea it was gonna be. I didn't know what the podcast was when we first started. Yeah,
you know who told you to do one.
Yeah, you know.
G Money episode motherfucking 105, nigga. We made it. We got a special guest. Nigga smooth, bro. I ain't gonna let you know. You ready bro? It's a smooth guy. Hey, yo, Cross, pull the mic a little closer to you, man. Pull the mic closer. Yeah. We got my man Mel Cross in the building. Round of applause for him.
Yeah.
Entrepreneur, Cross TV. You know what I mean? Check that. You gonna see
Cross. Angry.
Yeah, facts. What's up, man?
Ain't nothing, man. You know, got a shout out. You know, my wife gonna go crazy, but I'll say shout out to pinkhotboutique.com, you know, and Dell's Express LLC.
Shout out to pinkhotboutique.com. Yeah. Make sure, please, you give us the information too before you leave, so we can put it in the. What is Pink Hot Boutique?
Well, Pink Hot is actually my stepdaughter, you know, name.
Okay.
You know, one of her nicknames or whatever. Mm-hmm. So, you know, my wife pretty much ran with it. You know, you see them, they look more like sisters than you know, their mother and daughter.
That's dope.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so you know that was the camaraderie between them two. You know what I mean?
Dope. Yeah, I mean.
So what's in the boutique? Like what they got?
There's a lot of different female clothing. You know, for females and everything. You want to get something for your female, little garments and everything. You go in there. You know, swimsuit. You know, some everything. You know what I mean?
You got another like 5 minutes before you get one of them drinks, man. You got another like 5 minutes before you get it.
Yeah. The way he put things together.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Boutique.
That's dope, man. Say it again. What's the name?
Appreciate it. Pink Hot Boutique.
Shout out to Pink Hot Boutique.
Yes.
Thank you,
man. It's a website, right?
Thank you. Yeah, you go on the website.
Yeah, we'll definitely be promoting it, man. pinkhotboutique.com. You know, I'm gonna be checking it out. You know what I mean? Support the ladies, support my man Cross.
Angry.
Cross right, TV, man. Yeah, what's up, guys, G?
Make a Black Wall Street, you know what I mean?
You feel me?
Oh shit. Yeah, man, yeah.
All right, so you know, you were here in the show before, and you know, you felt it was best at that moment that you excuse yourself for that night, and you're back here today. You know, tell us why you came back today on the show.
I came back today because since this channel, you know, since the interview and everything, you know, I've been getting a lot of love and everything, and I definitely appreciate y'all and respect y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like I tested what Flip said. You know, I call him about anything. You know what I mean? If I need him to help me do something on my page, something like that, no problem, Mel. Listen, do this. You maximize this. You know, he teaching me, showing me a lot of things. Like he said, he don't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that. You feel me? I felt I had to come back because, you know, a lot of people was asking me, like, not only about what happened, a lot of things I wasn't here for, you know, part two, as you already know, I wasn't in here for that. But, you know, a lot of people just was like, you know, it seems like y'all don't talk to each other no more. Like, you distance yourself, you know, so that was like an oxymoron. That was a paradox, you know what I'm saying? You know, it was two opposites, but it has some type of truth to it, meaning that on one hand, it's like, you know, I'm a visionary, you know, every time I accomplish a goal, I set something else new for myself. You know what I'm saying? I always wanted to feel like I wanted my story to be out. That's a part of my life. That's a part of my truth. A lot of my family always keep talking about, autobiographies and things of that nature, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I always wanted to do that. So I also know that certain characteristics and certain ways that you carry yourself, sometimes we block our own blessings and not even realize that. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to come up here and teach the youth, but mimic and act like, or people look at me as that. Not saying that anybody look at them as that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm speaking like for myself, because I know me. You know what I'm saying? The first law of survival is self-preservation. So I know me very well. I spent years upon years, almost a decade in the box. You know what I'm saying? So I know myself very well. And sometimes you can lose yourself and get caught up in the mix and not even realizing you could be trying to qualm it and everything. And sometimes I learned that when you try to qualm certain things, it boils over more. But shout out to them. I wanted to clear it up that I still talk to all of them. I deal with them on the same level like I always been dealing with them. I just feel like I just want to take my brand and do something else with it. You know what I mean?
Question. So that day, earlier that day,
right,
you guys were on another network, right?
Right.
And what was the and I'm you're an honest guy. What was the vibe earlier that day?
The vibe earlier that day, well, it was just at that time, Stax wasn't with us. When we did Jack Frost, then we went to Brooklyn. We was out, we drunk a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And we was just hanging out, have a good time, listen to music, you know what I mean? And just waiting, prepared, waiting for waiting to come here. But we had to wait for Stax to get off to come. So, when we did meet up, we met up like right downstairs. So his vibe wasn't different from everybody else's vibe. Everybody else was in a party vibe in a sense, but CK has something on his mind that he really wanted to get off, and I don't think that Stax was really aware of that or how much it meant to him.
What do you think, and I'm gonna stay on the subject, what do you think went wrong that day? Because that day it was a lot of tension, a lot of things, that's off camera, and I'm pretty sure you heard about it. We got notes. What do you think, in your opinion? Because I even saw you. I have a footage with you. I cut it out, but I have footage with you getting aggressive. You said a line like, "So what are you? So what is?" I forgot the line you said. I have it, but you was like, "So what is the bottom line?" You were getting serious. What do you think went wrong that day? What do you think it started from? You think that CK, you should have been allowed to express how you felt that could have went and why it went the way it went?
Well, for one, CK brought me aboard.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? CK is the one I believe, set up everything from my knowledge.
Right.
And CK reached out to me. So me and CK was on the same accord because at the end of the day, he it's like, how when you love something and then you give that person all that love and you teach them whatever, like, all right, like the story of a snake, for lack of a better term for right now, right? You see a wounded snake, pick him up, bring him home, feed him, wrap him up, help him heal. When you try to reach for it again and, after it's healed or something, it bites you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you commit into something that you should deal with it more mentally and not from here. But when you dealing in a situation that you dealing with, you get attached to guys. You know what I'm saying? Them brotherhoods is real. Y'all break bread. Y'all some people done bled together, and whatever the case may be. And depending upon my truth or exposing a truth at a time when it wasn't, safe or that comfortable, I got tagged for it, and I got a lot of backlash and a lot of pain and a lot of, wars that happened for no reason. So he wanted to express that, and a lot of things that was said, like with Soul B and everything, kind of triggered that in him. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like old wounds sometimes, it's like, all right. I think it was more also too, like, I really love you. Like, why you acting like, why you being so distant, or you know what I'm saying? Like you dissing yourself, like, right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, type of vibe. You know what I mean?
How do you think, G? How do you think it could have got? What do you that night? Because so CK wanted to express his feelings towards Soul B, right?
Right.
How he felt about Soul B. You know, because Soul B came over here and said some things. You know what I mean? And CK, because they have a rapport. You know, from back in the days, he wanted to express that. Cause Soul B told me privately he loves CK. Right. You know, and I understand everything. But then everything went left. Like I said, is it because that? Do you feel that? I mean, because to be honest, Stack wasn't intoxicated,
right?
You know, but do you feel like Stack handled it wrong?
I think that I mean, you know, it shows. You know, some people in the hood express themselves like this. Mm-hmm. It's no disrespect to the person next to them, or I'm not trying to irritate anybody. It's just I'm expressing myself. He's caught up in his emotions. I don't know, was he crying at the time or?
Nah, he did, yeah.
So he was very emotional in the time when you doing this. That's very irritating, and you know, you could confuse a person, or you could make a person miss their point and their message, because now you giving me a different focus. So you taking me off of my point, you know, to begin with. This is what's important. You know, support me. You know what I'm saying? Just deal with it for a second, and then later on, or you know, on a cut or whatever the case may be, or you know, when the time of feeling, yo, listen, bro, I felt this way, whatever, but yo, I feel your pain. I always say, you know, you can disagree with your brother without offending them and getting your point across, where they can actually feel your pain and put themselves on your shoes and be like, oh damn, well, I feel what you coming from. Yo, peace, I respect that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That wasn't being done. Or I could have just been like, well, you know what? Well, let me just move up a little bit and let me just stretch out, or just do something, or switch my, you know, my seat, or whatever, you know, something like that, because it's a touchy situation. You can't interfere when somebody embodies something like that. This is his truth. Right. He waited all this time for this, and you know, other things is being thrown out there and everything. And then, you know, as far as people saying that they're OGs, you know what I'm saying? You know, you must know what you say that you repping and you living. You know what I'm saying? You know, I didn't like about the, you know, the L gang thing, and I mean, like,
you trying to be proper. Man, I know you trying to be proper about it, man.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I try to be diplomatic about it. Like, I'm not really even too much even bashing him. You know what I'm saying? I'm just making my point on why how I felt that, you know, things could have been a little better, and one of the reasons what made me feel like, you know what, it's about that time anyway. Let me get up out of here, because now when I'm trying to make my point, I'm being cut off, and now everybody's starting to fight for time, or you know what I'm saying, or whatever. I just felt it wasn't really organized. It was a little more organized. Maybe the thing with the two the Kings is that maybe because it was not that many of them, you know what I'm saying, maybe that was a plus. But I'm not going to take away from the fact that they spoke eloquently. You know what I'm saying? They you know, I was proud of them, because, you know, they represented us in a way where when people look at us from our lifestyles, you know, they paint their own pictures, because, you know, what they see on what they see on TV. Right. So I always got females asking me, is dudes getting raped, or, you know, is dudes, you know, Mel on Mel, is that a lot in prison or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Is that going on a lot or whatever? Because of stereotypes they see. So people already depict pictures, but when people speak where they got knowledge, or they, you know what I'm saying, they talking correctly, and, you know what I'm saying, they posture's right and everything, that makes people look at you differently.
For sure. Because
we come from the same communities. It ain't like we came from a zoo and was put in prison and was released in the street. We was taken from here for whatever reason. Some of us, you know what I'm saying, I was guilty for what I did. I took my crime, I pled guilty, I did my time for it. Right. You know what I mean? And but I come from here. I didn't come from there. You understand what I'm saying?
So the thing that Stax was saying that I kind of agree with him a little bit, the part was he felt like because they so close and they brothers, it's the right time and place for that. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want, I think he was trying to stop CK from speaking about their personal shit on his show, on his platform, because he knows it's a big platform. You know what I'm saying? Right. That part I understood. How he went about it, I can't say if right or wrong, but that part, I heard him say that he was like, yo, not right now, like talk about that shit later on. But you know, like you said, CK was in a spot where he just wanted to get this shit off right then and there. You can't really hold him back at that time.
Yeah, because that was his whole vision. You know what I'm saying?
Time, yeah.
I'm coming here based on his vision. This is what he's saying is being done. Cool. That's what you want to be done. I have a question. Hold on, cut you off.
So did he speak about Soul B on the show prior that same day?
I mean, me and CK, we talk. You know what I'm saying?
Did he speak about Soul B on the show prior to our show that day?
Who? CK. Oh yeah. That was spoke about. Okay. That was spoke about.
Because I heard too. I seen the comments and people told me like, you know, the show before ours, you know, you guys seem more in sync.
Yeah, that bothered me a little.
And then up here it was like kind of crazy. So we, you know,
that bothered me. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, let me help clarify that so y'all don't be offended as if y'all did a bad job, because y'all didn't do a bad job. What it was that one, Stax wasn't there. I'm not saying that like if he was the problem, but I'm just giving you for example. One, he wasn't there, and two, it was earlier. We wasn't drinking. So, nobody was drinking or nothing like that. So that also played a part. You know what I'm saying? You know, people was drinking, whatever. Earlier during the Jack Frost, it was more fresh. You know, it was it was early. It was like around 11 or 12 that noon. You know what I'm saying?
It was a dope interview. I want to give it. That shit was put together well. Shout out to Jack Frost and stuff.
Yeah, shout out to Jack.
You know, my thing was that it was dope there, and it came here, and I didn't want the platform to be labeled as, you know, a trouble stirring platform. But the reason why my intentions was never to put Stack on the spot. Right. I never, and it was never to put him on the spot. But I'm gonna be honest. Every time he spoke, there was faces being made.
Right.
No, it's not. You laugh. I swear, for real. I'm not trying. And that's what I felt in my mind while watching it. I'm like, all right, cool. Like they making faces so. On camera, let me give him a check, because he wasn't paying attention to that. Stack focus, I think Stack focus was because he had prior conversations, and even when me and CK had a conversation, I listened to the footage and he was saying like, damn, they messing my shit up. His shit was to get what he had to get off. He had a vision of his own, and that's probably where we made a mistake mixing the two. We should have did it separately. He had a vision of his own, and it probably got interfered, but he doesn't. When you watch it, there's a lot of faces being made. All jokes aside,
that's what triggered our faces after a while.
But at the same time, and we also got to be held accountable, because they supposed to have been in sync and had that conversation before. See, me and CK and us, we already knew what was going on. Whatever reason, you know, how they, you know, wasn't seeing eye to eye at that moment, I really can't call it. But it's obviously that they wasn't, you know, on the same page on that level. On that, you know, specific on, you know, because like I said, I knew what CK agenda was. You know what I'm saying?
Even though some of the stuff Stack was saying, you didn't agree. I saw your face too. I saw you I watched you go like this. I watched it. You had your leg like. I saw it. So I'm saying is that maybe because, and no disrespect to him, you know, he has, you know, he does what he does, but where was the disconnect? Because of the stories his story, his version was different from your version. Because
on Stack's defense, he felt like, you know, I don't know how he took to the crying, you know, him, you know, seeing CK cry, or, you know, I don't know, maybe that kind of trigger, like, yo, bro, nah, that maybe like, you know what I'm saying, that should have kept behind the wall. I think it was more that.
Okay.
Know what I'm saying? It was more
so
that.
Y'all wasn't making face. I'm asking you to your face. Y'all wasn't making face, because that means we took it wrong. Now, y'all wasn't making face at some of the stories he was saying.
I mean,
come on, man.
I mean, it's like this, right? No. I mean, no, I'm a real individual, man. So I'm gonna give it to you raw. It's like this, right? The things that I didn't agree of, like the L gay thing, I really didn't even like look too, you know, kept looking back into it to remember everything that he said, but when it came to the L gang thing or anything that I felt that was wrong or misrepresented, I purposely didn't just, nah, this, whatever, because I didn't want it to turn into a thing about an argument, because now I'm feeding into doing things that I'm trying to refrain from doing.
Got it.
You feel what I'm saying?
Do you think that he?
So a lot of the things was like, you know, like, oh man, like just stay on topic, or just, you know what I mean, or whatever. You know what I mean? But I try to like to hide that in, because anything I wanted to say or whatever, I could have just said right then and there. But as I had, you know what I'm saying, I had other things also on the agenda. It was early too. It's kind of early in the morning.
I definitely want to, say shout out to, shout out to Stack. I have no issue with Stack.
Nah, likewise.
Yeah. Shout out to him. I think that to be honest, my personal opinion, from looking back at it and speaking to people, a lot of people didn't like. They felt that he was, they felt that he was treated wrong. They didn't like how he was treated. They felt that everybody was in sync. They didn't really say you, but they felt that everybody was in sync. But I think that the people don't really understand why it was like that. They just felt like niggas came together or people came together to make him look bad. But and I just feel like the stories just wasn't. I feel like a conversation should have been had before. This is the vision. Or we should have had Stack here alone, since he has his own vision of what he wanted to do, or what he wanted to say. I don't understand what L gang mean. In Queens, that means loyalty. I don't know what L gang mean. What is the L gang? Can you explain?
That's the lanes. That's the Denver lanes. That's the over here we call it L gang though. Just L gang.
Devil lanes.
Denver lanes.
What does that mean?
I mean, it's just another subdivision, on the sets over here in New York. I'm not saying just belittling them. Nah, shout out to L gang, whatever. But there's a subset in New York.
So the L gang is a blood gang.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but they came after.
Yeah.
They wasn't there in the beginning.
They wasn't there in 93, 94, 95, 96. No, they came a little later. You know what I'm saying? They came 99, 2000. Yeah. They definitely original. They weren't original all day. Definitely. It's just that it was a lot of history before they came about. So. Once that was said, you kind of wonder what else is going to be said with things like that. It's off like that. You know what I mean? That was real off. You know what I mean?
So see,
Cross bugging, bro. What's wrong with him, bro?
We got a lot of backlash too about when he got a lot of backlash about what I said.
Yeah,
but
man. Tell
when
what?
CK was here and it was a certain part of the interview he was talking about who put in work. He was like, he points to himself and he points to Wildcat and he points to Killer was sitting there at the time. He said, we put in work. So I asked him, what about Stax? What about Stax? And he was like, nah, and that's what kind of triggered a lot of issues as well. That was after the whole hand thing and everything. You know what I'm saying? I asked him,
Stax and CK really don't have a big history like that because CK, he being one of the original, you know what I mean?
Right.
A lot of the young kids, stop saying kids, cause they not, you know what I mean? Youngins or young adults, whatever, they may not know of him or know of his story because when Blood was at his infancy stage over here in New York, that's when that happened with him. So he wasn't able to be around to, shape and mold or what it was today. He kind of pretty much had to, find his own lane and stick with what I'm saying, with his circle and just built out from out of that, not, stay relevant. And he stayed relevant at the end of the day too.
Okay, so it makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Right?
So the time frames is off, so he could only speak for what he know, you know what I'm saying, and who the people he been around, and those are the people that he been around and know of. Stax came a little later. You know what I'm saying? Other people came a little later. I even came a little later. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? I was around. I was, you know what I'm saying? I was around. I had a relationship with CK and them.
Yo, chill out.
You know what I mean?
He came later. So, because he came and he was, because you said you guys know the guy that because Stax, and we're going to get him to tell his story. We're going to do hopefully get something together with him. Because I want to move. I'm gonna ask one more question. I want to move on. His set is. You said the head of his set, right? Like the set that he was a part of.
Yeah.
Is he? And what was the name of his set that he was a part of?
Who, Stack?
Yeah.
Stack is Stone.
Stone.
Yeah.
That's what it's called. It's called Stone.
Yeah, I mean, it's different sets and all that. I don't really want go too far and identify everybody's set, but. That's his branch. That's his branch with it. Yeah,
and there's a head of a Stone, and the head of the Stone.
Absolutely, that's my boy.
You have rapport with him.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's all. Just want to make sure because that's what was said. Because CK kept mentioning that, I know,
Oh yeah, he does. Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
rude
man.
though. CK, I'm gonna keep it. I love CK.
See, that's probably what it was too, because certain
it sounded like
things.
he was trying. And I get it. But it looked crazy. Like that whole shit made us look like we was picking on that man, bro. And that wasn't our intention, bro.
It wasn't.
We got backlash for that.
Yeah.
Backlash.
We did, bro. Like it wasn't my intentions at all. I fuck with Stax. I think that I never watched this stuff before, but the way he came in here, the way he showed me love, that meant a lot to me. I take things for face value. But people, I guess, remember a lot of people online, they watched the prior videos that he did. So now they like, yo, I'm trying to play around with this man, and that wasn't their intentions. But who goes to say, and I love CK, but who goes to say his intentions was to show somebody's true character?
Right. Nah, but that wasn't. I found out later on down the line that Stax was even going to be coming, because that whole time I'm thinking like, all right, we coming on and we coming to see you at a certain time. I didn't know we was coming for that certain time because we waiting for him to come. I found that on later on, because I'm like, well, why we just ain't been doing it? I could have, you know what I'm saying, my wife and my kid and everything, I could have went home and everything and did what I had to do. This is what we waiting for. I'm like, all right, well, I'm with it then. All right, cool. It's all love, cool. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't really condone that. You know what I'm saying? As you notice that, I mentioned a couple of things, a couple of people I may have entertained once or twice, a back and forth. But once, certain things is being said, whatever it can be, is nothing else to really be said. I know your bottom line. That's it.
You got a little aggressive. I watched the footage, but I'm happy you were able to keep your composure.
And Mel was like, yo, look, he was like, yo.
Yeah, you did. Yeah,
what's
you
going
did.
on?
You did. And something, and then the footage is there. I watched the footage. We watched it. And he was like, what the hell's wrong with me? We understand. It was like,
you see that? Yeah, because, like I said, I just know me, so I never want to contribute, to something that I'm trying to prevent. So if I'm leaving, or if I feel like, it's time to just go for this or whatever, but yeah, at the end of the day, chose to do something else. And then now here I am in a clip, maybe even looking worse than anybody, you know what I'm saying? Being a bad person to everybody, when I could be like, you know what, I should have just followed my first thought and whatever. So when certain things trigger, I'm just like, you know what, man?
I ain't put it out, man. I ain't put it out, man. You look crazy. I ain't gonna lie. I tell you to your face, man. You was looking aggressive.
Yeah, I gotta see that. I gotta see that, man. I gotta see. I mean, it's all cool with me though. It's all good with me, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's all good with me, man. It's all good.
I'm just saying, like, you were just looking like, you were just asking, what's the your word was like, yo, what's the bottom line? Like, you got a little aggressive.
Oh, my bottom line basically be like,
you asking Stack, what's his bottom line?
Because sometimes I feel like, yo, man, it's some rambling going on. Let's get straight to it, because we not here for none of this. I'm not here for this. My time is just being wasted right now.
Respect.
Well, what about if I had an agenda? Or, you know what I mean? Or what if Wildcat had an agenda? How we turn this into this?
At the end of the day, you have to agree with Stack is a grown man. He feels
absolutely.
Like that. He felt like the blood thing is the blood thing back in the day, but at the end of the day, he's a grown man, and he felt like, I understand what he was saying. Like, I'm grown. Like, don't try to little me. That's what he felt.
Right. Nah, I feel him on that, because you're a man first. You're a man before anything. You know what I'm saying? So if you you can't, a man gonna only do what you let him do.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? A man gonna do what you let him do. Bottom line.
Respect. And we
I mean,
on that note, man. Yeah. Salute to Stack Stone, man. We're going to have him up here.
Shout out to Stack Stone. You know what I'm saying? I hope it ain't no,
Yeah, no hard feelings, man.
Hard feelings,
yeah. So, yeah, G.
Yeah, so after that, the show happened, you left. What was your next who called you first about the show when you left?
As far as
after we were done, like
who as CK you? And everything?
Yeah.
I spoke to CK and him. I spoke to CK and everything. He didn't really get too far in depth about, you know what I'm saying, because certain things I just don't want to hear. I could pretty much read between lines and, all right, I already knew this was going on. All right, well, you know what I mean, or whatever. You know what I mean? I ain't really like giving too much energy, but I just wanted to tell him also, like, I wanted to know what was his agenda. You know what I'm saying? What was his, like, what you trying to accomplish? You know what I'm saying?
Before we get into it, we're gonna ask about you. How you grew up, and before we get into that, did you have an issue with Soul B's video initially as well?
Well, my only issue with Soul B, with, sometimes I try to find logic in what a person saying. I know what he means to say or why he say it, but I don't agree. And then coming from my mind, it kind of looks crazy. What I mean by that, I think about things different from other people. And, his statement was that, because I got cut is how blood started. So some people could say, like some people ask me, well, what do that mean? So everybody else was getting cut, but nobody else was doing nothing in y'all defense. Was y'all fighting for each other? Was there any type of unity where it was situations that people may have rose up for that individual? I mean, we do know that it was other African-American gangs present at the time. You understand what I'm saying? Some more famous than others, some more bigger than others, some stayed longer than others, but they was around. You know what I'm saying? And this is the point what I'm making about is that people ask, well, before blood or before this, how was African Americans and everybody living? Or what was going on in jail and whatever the case may be. And I feel like when we come on a platform, that was a demonstration on what was going on. You know what I'm saying? We've been indoctrinated to hate each other, to, find every reason just to attack each other in a sense, or find, certain things like that. You know what I'm saying? So you had us divided. You had guards here, you had Muslims here, you had Brooklyn here, you had Bronx here, or Bronx and Harlem here, Brooklyn, Queens, and, Staten Island over here. Then you had, guards, you had different things going on. Whereas with the Latinos, it was more like, well, we have more in common because number one, I might not be able to communicate with you strong enough to understand each other. We have cultural barriers. That's just like me coming home now. I came home to a different world than when I left. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's more different nationalities here than before when I left. You know what I'm saying? And things of that nature. So you got to learn people cultures. You got to be able to understand what people are saying when they talking to you and stuff like that. So that alone right there bonded them. You know what I'm saying? And things of that nature. And everybody know they stick together. Everybody knows that. That's like one of their niches or their cliches, right? How they stick together all the time. And we constantly divided.
So you felt that, go back to, you felt that line that he said, you felt that he shouldn't have said that, saying that that blood started because after he got cut. I think he said after he got cut, a riot started. But you say he said after he got cut, blood started.
That's how blood. Yeah, he said when I got cut, whatever came, they rose up, whatever. That's pretty much how blood started. But when you look at it, you know what I'm saying. Mac and them had a situation that was unrelated to them in a whole different year. You know what I'm saying? And then from my history, and I was taught that was always the start of blood, and that happened way before. So B even felt like, all right, it's time for me to be blood itself. So it started because of you, but you didn't even turn it at that time. See, I listen real good to what people be saying.
But you heard about him in jail, and he.
Me and Soul B been in jail together. We was in the field together, in the yard and everything together. Mm-hmm. I know Soul B and Soul B know me. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Definitely. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no high, ain't no salute. It's something I tell him, a lot of time. Because, he's very intelligent.
Yes.
So I always like the mental spar. Only steel can sharpen steel. You know what I'm saying? I remember I used to pick little bits with Jalil, one of New York 3.
Nah.
It was Jalil, the sister, and Herman Bell that the New York 3, the Panthers. You don't know about what happened with Anyway, that's a whole nother thing. But yeah.
That's my reason. Come on, man. Research, New York Threes. That's what they call New York Threes.
Yeah, look at the New York 3.
So you knew them?
Yeah, I knew him very well. Both of them actually home now. They ended I don't want to tell their story because then you look up their story, you go be like, wow. Nah, go ahead, look it up.
What's it called? New York Threes?
Yeah.
What's it called?
New York 3.
I don't. And it's Googleable.
Yeah.
And what, are they Black Panthers? What are they?
Yeah, it was BLA.
I just see. Hold on, I'm probably not looking up the right thing. Come on, man, you can't. Not looking up the right thing. Well, I see Brinks robbery. Is that?
But I'm gonna see if I can find.
Yeah, find it real quick. The Brinks robbery, 81.
Yeah, that was them.
Matulu Shakur.
That sounds like it's right.
Kawasi Balagoon.
Kawasi Balagoon, yeah.
Kawasi Balagoon. Okay, this.
He died in prison. Nah, that the Brinks, that was something different. That's not Jalil Herman Bell and them. Let me see.
Herman Bell.
Herman Bell, one of the 3 men convicted in 1971 ambush killings.
Yep.
How you find his name, man?
That's right, yeah. Once you put Herman Bell, it pops up.
Herman Bell.
G. What did you put? Herman Bell, New York?
New
York 3, Herman Bell.
See, his name popped up because that's just show when he was granted parole.
When was he granted parole?
But they ain't showing his other his co-defendant Jalil.
So Herman Bell is granted parole in New York City?
Yeah, what you got?
Oh, 2017 picture of him. Oh, shit.
But Jalil used to always be like, well, Mel, why you always use the word nigga all the time, man? You real intelligent, this, that, and the other, right? So I'm like, well, you use the word, you say you a black man. So he looked at me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That just started something from right there, you know what I mean?
Okay. Wow. Wait. I gotta. Oh, I see him.
See what I'm talking about?
Okay. So, oh wow. Freed after 43 years.
Damn.
Herman Bells. Oh wow.
See, Anthony Budd, he changed his name to Jalil. I think it could be either or.
I wonder where is he? Is he still in New York?
I don't know where he at.
Wow. Okay. So, let's get to it. Tell us who, yeah.
Pardon me.
It's okay. Mel Cross. Who was Mel Cross? Who? Yeah. Oh wow. G Money. Come on, man. Chill, man. Who? It's Cross with a K. Who was Mel Cross?
Just a kid from the South Bronx, man. You know.
South Bronx.
Yeah,
South
man.
Bronx.
You know, I came up in Hunts Point. During you know, I'm a 75 baby, you know what I mean? So I came up during the Fort Apache era, you know, when, you know, my neighborhood was looking like a war zone, a torn war zone, you know, it might be one or two buildings every 2-3 blocks, you know what I'm saying? Stray dogs, you know, a lot of poverty, you know what I mean? Pimps, hoes, you know, grew up around, you know, I grew up in the streets, you know what I'm saying? You know, my pops was young, my mom's was like 17, you know what I'm saying? So, you know how that go.
I don't.
Huh? Nah, well, you know, there's a lot of things going on, man. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things going on, man. But if you describe me, man, just a person that made a lot of mistakes at a young age, you know what I mean? And served my time. You know, and I'm out here now living life, man.
What kind of kid were you growing up in the Bronx? You into sports, or you know you was?
Actually, my first sport was baseball. To be honest with you, it was baseball. You know, I was living right down the block from Yankee Stadium, so you know. But baseball, football, then basketball. You know, I actually was playing basketball in junior high school. You know what I'm saying? I went to school all the way to my first year of high school. That's when I just pretty much just dropped out. My first year of high school was when the Happy Land, you know, the Happy Land Social Club was burnt down on what's that Tremont and Southern Boulevard. when that happened, because like eight of the students was in my class, you know what I mean? But after that, I just stopped going to school.
Stop going because,
man, you know, man, I'm running around hitting joker poker machines. You know, I'm thinking about money now. I'm thinking about women now. I'm not really focused on school or none of that. You know what I mean? You know, back then it was like, you know, to us, you know, people always told me like, you know, that ain't gonna get you no money in your pocket. That ain't, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna get you nowhere. Come out here in these streets and, you know what I mean? It was that little thing, you know what I'm saying? You know, because when you look around as a kid, you know, you start mimicking people. You start taking bits and pieces of people's character. Right. You know what I'm saying? You mold this one person who you become. You know what I'm saying? And you know, my father passed away when I was like 13 or 12. You know what I'm saying? So the streets and, you know, my moms and everything kind of pretty much molded what, you know, my ideal of a man is, or my ideal of what a father should be and things of that nature. You know what I mean?
Did you look up to any drug dealers at the time when you were
Absolutely, man, because, you know, at that time, you know, us dark-skinned dudes was not in style at all. Everything's about light-skinned dude, everything's about this, everything's about that. You know what I mean? So, you know, growing up, dude kind of had like a little low self-esteem and everything.
What?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Definitely had a little low self-esteem.
You bullied in the hood or in school?
I was, at the time, I was the only child, but after, you know, then I ended up becoming the oldest, but the people I'd have been around, I was always the youngest or the smallest, you know what I'm saying, the scrawniest and everything, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, my play fights was just learning experiences to, you know what I'm saying, I started learning how to absorb pain and learn my own little techniques and things of that nature. Wow.
But who was the drug dealers you looked up to though? Who were the names? Like, who was getting money back in the days in the 70s that you looked up to?
Yeah. I mean, everybody, man, you know, at that time when Nicky was out, you know, Nicky Barnes and them, you know, you had Boy George from around my way, you know what I mean? Ron Dew and them, I always looked up to Ron Dew. You know, Tom, I always looked up to Tom and them, you know what I'm saying, from around my way, who I was actually named after, you know what I'm saying, from the hood and whatever. Crusader Rob, you know what I'm saying, Salsa Rob,
and these
it's a lot of, yeah.
That were getting money. And then so growing up for you, you know, after a while you said mom was young, pops passed away when you were 13, so you were just in the street.
Yeah, I was in the street, man. Nice to hang around. You know, the people that I hung around, you know, 183rd, my team, only thing we, you know, after we started getting a little money, whatever, you know, getting our guns up and everything. Everything was about, you know, having shootouts, going to jams. We see rivals and everything. We just having shootouts. That's all it was about. It came to a time where we even forgot about getting money, or we were just getting money just to, you know, do what we need to do, and we was more focused on, you know, on violence and stuff like that until we started like going, you know, we also went out of town a lot. You know what I'm saying? We was in Baltimore. You know what I mean? My mans that I was going out there with caught a big fad case out there. One of my men serving life for right now for being out there. I was locked up, you know, by the time that case happened, I was already locked up. You know what I mean? We was going to Philly, we went to Boston, you know, we was just bouncing around because as kids, you know, we know that, you know, we on our way and everything like that, you know, but we also want to eat too. Just because we young doesn't mean that we're going to accept peanuts from you. You're not going to just take advantage of me because I'm young or whatever the case. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Yo, so there's nobody, there was nobody or nothing going on in that time in the Bronx, like no PALs, nobody trying to come around, no counselors. That's trying to come
actually, it was a real famous PAL. You know it's a real famous PAL on 183rd and on Webster. It's still there to this day. I actually went to that PAL for summer school. Listen, man. I mean for the summer, like for summer camp and everything. So I used to go every morning. You know what I'm saying? So she had to, you know, get me out the house, get a little break and everything.
Yeah.
Did you have any siblings? Do you have any siblings?
Yeah, I got two little brothers that, you know, that was raised in my mom's house, but I got other siblings outside my mom's house. You know what I mean?
And your mom, she had you at a young age. Like, what type of woman was she, or is she?
My mom, you know what I'm saying, she was real gorgeous. I guess that's where I get my protective streak from, because I remember, you know, at a young age, you know, dudes would cat call at her and stuff like that, and I'm always looking at them like, you know what I mean, and everything. So, you know what I mean? She actually used to work at that is a bank note across the street from the old Sparford, because I'm actually from right down the block from Sparford. know what I'm saying? So, originally that's where I'm from, right down the block. That's crazy. And she used to work right across the street from it. At 16, she was just always, she showed us undying love and everything. Me and her fallout was, just go to school, and I know I may not have it, but I would save up whatever and I'd give it to you and everything. And I wouldn't give her that. And then as time went on and she started learning about the things that was going on in the street, she was kind of like wishing I was get locked up or something like that. It's strange because a lot of our parents believe that, well, send him to prison, he's good. You know what I'm saying? At least I know he's safe. I know where he's at every night. I ain't gonna get no call knowing that he was murdered and everything. Cause remember at that time, we wasn't supposed to be alive past 18 years old. I think it was 18 to 21, that was the cutoff rate they were saying for us, African Americans at that time. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if the ratio is still the same today.
But how you know she wanted you to go to jail? How can you say that?
She said that to me. And she told me for those reasons. But it didn't took till I just started just letting loose, started catching cases in there. She like, hold up. You know what I'm saying? Like, hold up. He's in prison and you in there catching cases, then she's seeing pictures of the case, and seeing evidence and everything, and she's starting to learn more what's going on, then she's reading and getting more involved and hearing about police brutality and hearing about this person dying, and then her perspective changed. But a lot of mothers out there that don't know that, and they really, believe in that, they'll rehabilitate or that police will protect them. This is how they feel, this is what they believe. Until they go through that experience, in which that's what we don't realize. We don't realize the trauma. We suffer from the traumas that we've been through while we was in there, but nobody really considers, not only ours, really, because people still don't consider us, because, according to standards, you know what I'm saying, I have PTSD, you know what I'm saying? Everything,
PTSD.
You know what I'm saying? That's, all of us that did a lot of box time, was incarcerated for a long time. Now, mind you, I gave to prison almost approximately, 25 years of my life. You understand what I'm saying? So imagine how many times that I did in the box, things that I experienced. But we don't look at the trauma that the family go through, the mother that bids, because that's the one who bids with you. It ain't the homies, it ain't none of that do that bid with you.
That's real.
Even home girl that you're with at the moment, she's not gonna be there with. So the trauma that is placed on our family just from us being removed like that, you know what I'm saying, and them having to endure that year after year, hear your complaints, helping you with money, paying the bill by their own, doing this, doing that, you know what I'm saying?
Were you mad at Mama Love for did you hold a grudge against her for saying that she wanted you to go to jail? Like, did that bother you at all? Because that's,
As a kid, it bothered me. But as I got older, you know what I'm saying, I started realizing what she meant by that. And she always used to keep saying, like, I wish I would have never said that or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I kind of feel like, you know what I'm saying? I used to always tell her, like, nah, everything. I never used to have company in the house or none of that. You know what I'm saying? I never used to have company and none of that. She tried to do everything to protect me and keep me out them streets.
What's your ethnic background?
I'm African American, but I'm in Cherokee. I'm Cherokee Indian.
What's your relationship with her now? She
beautiful.
Beautiful? That's good.
Beautiful. That's my baby. Actually we got a little closer within the last, I want to say, year. You know what I'm saying?
Why is that?
Last year. We had a little situation, you know what I'm saying, real little situation where me and my daughter actually ain't speaking. You know what I'm saying?
You and your daughter now are not speaking?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Something was going on between them, my mother and them, you know what I'm saying? They was going at it. I found out about it. It was crazy, you know what I mean? And that's one of the reasons why, I'm so big on youth and everything, because even as a father, I felt I was more of a father in prison in a sense than I am out here. Wow. And what I mean by that is that I have a lot of pink slips and everything that I could show. I even learned how to crochet and all that. I used to give my kids gifts and everything. I used to make them hand gifts. You know what I'm saying? I used to send little money home that I had and send them home. I got pink slip for days. That you know what I'm saying? I could show and everything. You know what I'm saying? And but that was when they was babies and everything. But once their mother decided that I can't do this no more, she wasn't a mother to where it was, no, write your father. Make sure your father's okay. Y'all ready to, holler at my mom, y'all want to take them or whatever, let my family, right. So they can grow up on both sides, you know what I mean, or whatever. So when she decided to leave, she took everybody. So there's gaps. You know what I'm saying? Like I had a child while I was in prison, I had a baby. You know what I'm saying? She's 13 now. Last time I seen her, she was like 6 years old.
How much kids you have?
You know what I'm saying? I have 4.
And why you haven't seen her? Where is she?
She's in ATL with her mother. You know what I'm saying? Well, her new life and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? So, it's been a little constant struggles that I've been battling. And one of the things that pushes me to share my story, because I don't want nobody to be able to go through this, because people always glamorize. I said I looked up to the drug dealers. I looked up to, people, because not that they just look better than anybody else, you know what I'm saying? But it's just that the lifestyle that came with their lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? The money, you know what I'm saying, the flash, the woman, and things of that nature. You just going out and doing things, the lifestyle. You know what I'm saying?
But it don't bother you, and because then and I respect you, but I have to get at you. I have to
do so.
You preach positivity. I listen to you. I even go to your page and see what you say, and you promote youth. So I'm not gonna really get at you. I can't say get at you because you didn't say anything wrong. I don't know the story. Have you made attempts to see your daughter, 13-year-old daughter, or is the situation with you and the child's mother at a certain point where you I'm not even going to make an attempt? How do you, being the person you are, what you preach, what you promote, you know what I mean, and right. People like me who even look up to you, who even look for, how have you made any amends or any attempts to see her? Have you? I can't jump to the club. I'm asking you, have you made any attempts to see her? What's that situation like?
Well, while I was still on paper, I wasn't allowed to. They wouldn't let me do it, whatever. That's a hard pill to swallow because I was in trailer. I was fortunate to get trailer visits at one point in my bed or whatever. Mm-hmm. So the moments is what I cherish, what I share. Mm-hmm. But as a child, they don't remember that. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? So much time goes on, I feel more like I'm forcing and I'm being intrusive than them actually wanting to really meet me, than her actually really want to meet me. And this is how I felt and this is what I expressed. You know what I'm saying, to her mother and everything. Every conversation shouldn't have to be about, me sending something. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Every time I talk, it's always about sending something. Some people would say, yeah, well, I was sending whatever, you know what I mean? But I'm not built like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not built like that. I spent a lot of times in my cell just dealing with this year after year. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what a man go through when, this is your everything. This is what you live for. You know what I'm saying? This is, you know what I'm saying? This is your everything right here. This is your family. You sincerely want to come home to this. Mm-hmm. You believe in this. And for years, this is what you're saying. And then one day you wake up and that person just say, yo, that's it.
What happened? Can you talk about it, or you feel like it's too personal?
I mean, it's not really nothing really, I'm over it. I'm over her. I'm over her. My daughter's situation is pretty, it's pretty
I didn't mean to cut you off. You talking about was you, at the time y'all were married, you and this lady?
Yeah, absolutely.
And she left you while you was in prison?
Yeah. Well, we got married when I mean, put it like this, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it a spade, you know what I mean? You know, enough respect to her in the aspect of, you know, the time that she did with me and, you know what I'm saying, so forth, because a lot of people can't even get that.
Right.
And when she was there for me, she held me down. You know what I'm saying? You know, definitely. You know what I'm saying? But that wasn't somebody that, you know what I'm saying, I was pursuing or would have chose to marry if my situation would have been different. You know what I'm saying? And that was known and understood.
Oh boy.
Wow. But you know what I'm saying? You learn to love the person that loves you. And you know what I'm saying, when that love did grow, it was sincere. You know what I'm saying? So when she did leave, yeah, I was hurt. You know what I'm saying? My kids, everything, yeah, I was hurt. And I knew what I was going to deal with. But when I came home, what can I tell a grown lady now? When she was born, I was in prison. I came home, she was what? About to be 20? What can I say to them? What can I, you know what I'm saying? Especially with all this time going, things that's been putting in their head about me, and you know what I'm saying? You know, you taking me to you know, you taking me to court and trying to take my, like, he's locked up for this and he's locked up for that, and right. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot.
If you had something to say to your daughter right now, like if she's watching this show, she's listening, like what, you know, 'cause I think now is you know, I mean, you probably tried before possibly, and you probably, you know what I'm saying, but I think now is a great opportunity with the platform, and you in a space now where she can't really respond, she can just listen. You know what I'm saying? So I think it would be dope. You know, if you have anything you want to say to your daughter right now, and kind of just get off your chest.
It's crazy because you know, despite what she's been told, you know what I'm saying, I know that she does love me. I know Makai do love me and everything. It's been times I sat in my cell, whether I was in a box or a population, where it was just, you know, hurting more times than other. And if I wasn't crying or whatever, or I just sit there and I write her letters. And everything that I had to say or felt at that moment, I wrote in them letters. And I still got them letters. You know what I'm saying? I brought them home with me, and I still got them.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And I want her to read them letters, because I couldn't be able to repeat what I wrote in them letters. You know what I mean?
It look like it bother you a lot. I don't mean to.
Yeah, nah. I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You know, it is what it is, man.
You gotta be the macho man. You gotta be the
nah, it's not really that, man. You know, it's like,
that's tough, bro.
It's what you see is what you get, man. You know, it was real is real. And see, there's a lot of different dynamics to this. You know what I'm saying? It's different dynamics to this, man. And through all of this, while you in prison, you going through all this, you find ways to get through it all. It makes sense to whatever you got to do in order to get out here and have some type of sanity. You know what I'm saying?
Do you take any accountability for the relationship, or you feel like you were in prison, there was nothing that you could do to, you know, be in her life the way you wanted to be, and you expected your baby mother or whomever to convey that message, to let her know that, you know, your father is here and stuff like that? And do you feel like the mother might have did a poor job of keeping your name at a certain?
Yeah, she kept my name in the mud in order to correct her wrongs, or to be able to look at herself, you know, face herself in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, you know, it just is what it is, man. You know what I mean? You know, but now, cause has she, and it's crazy because I know a lot of women, right, that their baby father, they'll do anything just for their baby father to be in their child's life. And these dudes treat them like, you know what I'm saying? And then you got good dudes that even when they was in prison, with with my youngest daughter, one I had in prison, you know, I wasn't there for her, and you know what I'm saying, had her and then left her. You know what I'm saying? This was our reality, and this is how, you know what I'm saying, she was made it to manifest. You know what I'm saying? So that was the reality until I came home. But I haven't experienced that. I always had invitations to go there, but there's a lot that's coming with that. There's a lot that's coming with that. And then my wife now, my heart right now, you know, it'll be real messy. And me going out there for that, or going out there for her, I probably wouldn't even see her. You know what I'm saying? You know, so but it's at a time and age where, you know, I want you to seek dad out too. I want you to seek him out because, you know, it's like if the shoe was on the other foot, I would want to know who my dad is. I talk to her every now and again, whatever, but she's a little hurt at the end of the day too. That's my baby, you know what I'm saying? You know, but it's just real tough, man. It's hard, man.
She's who she is now. What? Okay.
Yeah, man.
Wow. That's you know.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't mean to touch that subject. That was a little deep.
Yeah,
It's a
man.
little deep, man. You know, and it's unfortunate. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I know I have faith in, you know, that the right thing will happen. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel it. Because you know what you represent. You know what I'm saying? I don't. You know, I spoke to you in the private, and what you represent means a lot. So I see. You know, I think that what's right is right. You know, at least if you guys could come together, I think it'll be dope. Me, my personal opinion, but you can't save the world.
Yeah. I think in due time, though, you know what I'm saying? Them letters will come in handy. You know what I mean? I think in due time.
Definitely.
Yeah. She'll definitely, you know, have a space in her life where she's all right. Let's go back and.
This is not for nothing. This is one of the ways that I do reach. And I'm not saying like I'm just getting on Queen for that. Let me speak to my door. I mean, you know, I mean,
we didn't know it was going to head all.
But what I mean by that is that, you know, I'm real careful of the energy that's around me. You know what I'm saying? And I know in my heart that as long as I keep doing right and whatever, you know, because it's not just for the youth. It's for me and people like myself too, because it's easy to go back to old ways. I recognize certain triggers, so I try to remove myself before I end up being like, man, still ain't learned, or, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, you know what I mean? So that's therapy for me as well. You know what I'm saying?
What how much time you said when was the first time you went to jail?
First time I went to jail, I was like about 14, maybe 14. Yeah, I was in Spofford. I was going to Spofford.
What did you do?
Well, I was doing little robberies and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Little robberies?
Yeah, robbery, breaking into Joker poker machines and stuff like that. You know
you go to Spofford for that?
Yeah.
And the Joker poker machines, like the little machines games.
Mm-hmm.
You go to jail for that?
Yeah. So if it's legal in that store, you go to jail for it. If it's not legal, they could lose the game for that.
And you used to get money off of it? How you broke into it?
It's a busted ride. Nah, we used to have a big screwdriver and everything, put it through the latch and rip it right out the wood. Makes no noise. The door, just little pop. All the money and everything right there.
How the hell you got caught?
Being greedy. I started going on missions by myself. You know what I mean?
And what were you convicted of? What was, like, tell us a story about what happened.
No, I was just getting like YOs, you know, as a kid. I wasn't really, you know, they're just sweeping it under the rug. I basically started going, went to jail for a gun and a beat, and I don't even remember how I beat it. I was young, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Most of my bids, like 2 of my bids, basically, my bids that I actually did time for was drugs. My first two bids was over drugs, you know what I'm saying? Selling dope. Selling dope right on 182nd and Crescent. You know, there should be about 20, 30 dudes on like here, there, you know, all over the whole strip. You know what I mean? Police standing right there. People used to hustle in front of them. Like blue shirts and everything. People used to hustle right in front of them. They try to come across you something, they slam the door. You got to get, you know what I'm saying, to chase and go through mad people. Remember, back then there was a lot of people used to be outside. You know what I'm saying? The blocks would be flooded. You know what I mean?
So the first time you got caught for, all right, so bring us to, so you were selling drugs, and what was the most time you got for one of the, like, because you said you gave the, how much?
The most time was the second time. I had got a 3.5 to 7.
So how did you get?
My first bid was a 1 to 3. My second was a 3.5 to 7.
And both were drugs.
Both were drugs.
Direct sales.
Direct sales, basically direct sales. That's all they do. But one of my cases I caught, was on Marcy Place in Sheridan. You know what I'm saying? On Shiesty Ave on Sheridan. You know what I mean? I caught a case up there, but I was just, at that time, I was just catching cases after cases after cases. Them joints was just piling up, you know what I'm saying? I was on parole, I was on work release. I stopped going to work release and everything.
So on a work release?
Yeah. And I just got picked up on a warrant.
And then you got 1 to 3 for the first one?
For the first one. And the second one, 3.5 to 7.
And that was all drugs?
All drugs. Those are my first 2 bids.
All right, cool. Now, what happened? Now you talking about 1 to 3, 3 to 7, 1 to 3.
Right.
Did they run concurrent?
Nah, well, I ended up getting work release, coming home after a little short of a year. You know what I'm saying? I came home and started hustling, doing what everything else again, catching more bids, whatever. So I just stopped running. I just started running from parole. From work release. I didn't go back to work release, whatever. They snatched me up, did a program, came home. Then when I started catching more cases, whatever, I did a new bid. The parole time I had old, they put on the back of that one. So they made it to where now is the front part of your bid now has to be the half of your max. So that's what's the 3.5 to 7. Remember before dudes getting 3 to 6s and 2 to 5 and everything, they changed that, you know what I mean? For predicate bids. That's second time felonies.
You ain't get tired of going to jail, man, getting cases and all that?
I ain't go outside preparing for jail. I'm hoping that, you know what I'm saying, I can figure out a different way of doing it, getting the same, getting better results. But that's insanity, doing the same thing, expecting the same results. Expecting different results. Excuse me.
What year did you go to? So how did you end up giving them? How much years you did in the box?
All together, well, the whole Rikers, on this bid right here, because at them scared bids, whatever, I wasn't really, I was going little kiddie jails. I'm saying I never really, really was experiencing too much at the time, except for the Rikers Island, whatever. So the box don't even count. But if you want to count Rikers Island, the whole time I was on the island, I was in the Bing. And on the bid that I came home from now, I was on Rikers Island for like 38 months, 39 months. So 3 years and like a couple of months.
Okay, and what year you came home?
This year, on this bid right here, I came on 2016.
2016. So, what year did you join Blood? You joined Blood while you was in jail?
Yeah, I joined it in 1994.
94?
Yeah.
Why?
Little situations that was going on. It was a little situation. I'm gonna tell you about a little situation, right? My man Kentel, Scar, may he rest in peace. I think you know him, right? From your hood. Remember Scar, Kentel?
Scar from
rest in peace.
From Far Rockaway?
Nah, he from Southside.
Southside.
Anyway, man, he had a comrade in there, whatever, and just coming in, it's my first time, his first time, whatever, so you build kind of like a little bond quick. You don't know what to expect, you don't know what's going on, whatever the case may be. And I'm just seeing like these little Spanish dudes, they running around just robbing everything, but they sneak thieving though. They sneak thieving, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I seen a dude confront them, they'll jump and beat them up, whatever.
What?
So that happened a couple of times. Yeah, so I'm trying to figure this out. You know what I'm saying? This is my first time here, but I'm trying to figure everything out. So it ended up happening to him. You know what I'm saying? It ended up happening to him. So, he beefing, whatever. So me and him made a little half-ass bond, you know what I'm saying? So the little pack, whatever. So I pulled him to the side. I'm like, yo, listen, bro, you know what I'm saying? Between me and you know what I'm saying? I don't know, whatever you want to do, but I seen XYZ and them take it, you know what I mean? So I don't know what happened. I think I was in the bathroom or I went and did something. I think I left the house for a minute, whatever. And when I came back in the house, he was in the back talking to the dudes or whatever. They ended up, shaking hands, whatever. Everything was cool, whatever, you know what I mean? Whatever, he got his stuff back, whatever. So like maybe a couple of hours later, yo, come in the back, let's play cards, whatever. So we playing cards. You know what I'm saying? One dude came behind me, yoked me up, you know what I'm saying? A couple of dudes was hit me with sharp and toothbrushes, but it wasn't puncturing me. It was just like, you know what I'm saying, like just bruising me. You know what I'm saying? They jumped me, but some went back and told them that I told them that. So because I fought back, You know what I'm saying? You know, it was a red light on me everywhere I went.
How did you fight back? We ain't gonna do no paraphrasing here.
No, what I
mean,
I just ain't sit there and just, you know what I'm saying, I did do my little swings or, you know what I'm saying, when every time I seen somebody, I got my little stuff off, you know what I mean? My little shit off and that thing.
With you real quick.
What story is that?
Didn't somebody get on a fight on the visiting floor or some shit with you because of you or some shit like that?
Nah, you talking about this whole dude? Yeah. I'll tell you about that. You know what I'm saying?
We have to get into that now. So I just remember somebody told me something like that. So it was green light on you every time because of that.
Everywhere I went after that.
Because you fought back. Who was the guys that did it to you? Not their names.
Yeah, it was Latin King dudes. And then what it was that and Latin Kings and the F.D.S was like together. They was like on some old brotherly thing at one time. You know what I'm saying? They was like real close. So you wasn't just dealing with them, you was also dealing with them as well.
So what about the guy that ratted you out? The nigga you made a bond with?
Well, they got me out the house. You know what I'm saying? They got me out the house. They sent me to another thing. You know, when you go to one house, something happened and you in the house and you in here, they send you, you know, the guards know about it because, you know, the guards came in and broke it up, whatever. They sent me somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? I never seen son again. I was only there for like maybe another month or two, whatever, and they sent me, you know what I'm saying? I went upstate.
You didn't actually get out the house, right? Like,
no, they sent me into the boat. That's when the boat, the MTF3, the boat right there on Hunts Point, which is now the new Bronx house, whatever.
I know you're talking.
That opened up. They sent us over there. They sent me, Tankhead and all us over there.
And then when did you join Blood?
Not too, like the year after that. Not too long after that.
Like how did that, like you had a
I met, you know what I'm saying, I was in court, whatever, you know, a guy named Sunday that was from around my way, he heard about me, you know what I'm saying, he seen what was going on, whatever. You know what I mean? He was like, I want to get up with you. He wanted to give me his blessings, whatever. But, you know, we didn't get to meet up actually until, at my next bid, you know, when I came back through for another, you know, the other case. Remember I told I was catching a whole bunch of cases, come home and get locked back up within months later, you know, and I met up with him again then. And then that's when he, you know, he offered me in and everything like that.
What was the set that you was a part of at the time? Or the set that they...
5'9" Brim.
5'9" Brim.
Absolutely.
Okay, then you joined them in 9'4".
No, 9'5". Excuse me, 9'5". I got
okay,
the time
so
frame mixed up, yeah.
Now, 9'5", you with it. So now, how was it in there? Like, how was it in there for you? Being Blood, like, how was it in there for you?
Well, being Blood, man, you know, it was hard. It was hard, you know what I'm saying? Because there was a lot of expectations of you.
Wow.
It was hard because, you know, you was like a black pebble on a white sandy beach. You know what I'm saying? You know, you stuck out. At that time, we was able to wear our flags and everything like that. You know, you stuck out. We had people that's gonna come at you from every, you know what I'm saying? You know, you always got to be on point. It was different from when you didn't have everybody that type of burden. You know what I mean? You could just mind your business, skate out, whatever. Now it's different. It's a full-blown war going on. You know what I'm saying? Your Blood. You know what I'm saying? You can't be around anybody of the opposition or they're going to come for you. You know what I'm saying? Or you're a fool. You know what I'm saying? You know, I can't punk out for nobody. You know, I can't refuse to go in a house where the majority is them. Can't refuse to go in no building. You know what I mean? You know, there is no telling, which I already knew that before that. You know, and things of that nature. So, you know, it was real hard. And it was like every time you turn around, something new was coming out. And majority of people was getting it from, you know, from the boxes and everything like that. So once everything come out, it's like you got to keep eating in order to, you know, stay up with the newest thing that's going on. Because if not, that could be a penalty also. So, you know, it was real hard. You know what I
mean? And what happened on the visiting floor? What's that story about? 'Cause I heard that story.
Happened on the visiting floor. That was times later. You know, my wife at the time had a argument with somebody else's mom. You know, coming up on the bus, whatever. Me and son talked that situation with Saquam. That was the dead issue. Maybe that following week or so. I was going down every other week sometime. You know what I'm saying? So maybe the next visit, whatever. Her cousin, who I hooked up with my man, you know, the homie LB, they had a situation that I had no knowledge of. Days and everything went by. You You know, one day, Pee Wee and everybody that was there, Vader and everybody, once they left, whatever, you know, I took a shower and I stayed back by myself. And I stayed back by myself, you know, dudes decided while I was in the shower they want to move or whatever. You know what I mean? You know how when you, well, in jail, how we, you know, once you dry off, whatever, you know, you cover yourself with a towel, take your boxes off, you change your boxes, you know what I'm saying? Show respect to people around you, you know what I'm saying? Old timers don't do that, they just show everything, but, you know, that's how we do it, whatever, you know what I mean? And when I was doing that, you know what I'm saying, he tried to hit me, whatever, you know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing, it was just a little bit to just punch in my blood, whatever. Me and him wrestling on the floor, you know, I goes to the door to go get my hammer. The guys that was in front of, you know, that was holding the door down, they leave out there. Soon you come out the shower, the police bubble right there. You know what I'm saying? So that was pretty much the end of that. You know what I'm saying? That was, you know, that was that.
Oh, wait, hold on, man. Hold on. I can't let you get away with that.
Man.
So, your girl and the moms get into it. Y'all spoke about it. Y'all squashed it.
Right.
Then one of your peoples get into it with his moms again.
Right. With the same lady on a whole separate different incident. But this incident I don't even know about. I didn't even know that happened.
And then you were in the bathroom.
Right.
And he stabbed you in your leg.
No, like right here. Right here on the side. You know what I'm saying? Right here on the side.
And then, like, when that happened, that happens, then what's next? Like, is it on or you move?
It's on, nah, you know what I'm saying? I step back, you know what I'm saying? He coming at me. He swing a couple of times. I timed it the way I was able to grab his hand, and me and him started wrestling. I'm trying to get his out his hand, you know what I'm saying? A couple of little swings here and there. You know, we tussling, we tussling, you know what I mean?
Just by ourselves, you two.
Yeah, we tussling, you know what I'm saying? This man's holding the door down. They ain't jumping nothing like that, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. You had a couple of people like, yo, you know, drop the knife down, fight one-on-ones, put up, you know, drop the knife down. Mind you, only thing I got on at the time now is my boxes. The towel done fell and everything. I just got my boxes on. He fully dressed, you know, boots on, fully dressed, knife in the hand, I mean.
What was it, Lion King?
I think he was a Dominican kid or something like that. I want to say, might have been Dominican. Yeah, or Panamanian, one or two.
What happened after that?
After the squall and everything?
What was it?
All right, I'm saying, I faked him, you know what I'm saying? He jumped back, I got up, you know what I mean? And then now it's time for me to go get my shit now. Now it's time to go, you know what I mean? But when you step out the shower and everything, there's a bubble right there. The police, there's a bubble right there. You can't step out the shower area without going past that bubble.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
So you was bleeding?
A little bit, just in my boxes, You know what
so I mean, was it?
I had little like scrapes from wrestling, like little scrapes and scrapes on my arm and shit like that.
Was it beef? Was it beef? Now the beef was on between y'all?
Well, after that, me and him never was together no more. We never seen each other no more. We never was in the jail together no more.
Oh, they took you out the house?
Well, what happened was once they find out, you know, a weapon was involved and you don't point nobody out or tell, you know what I'm saying, you don't cooperate with them, they put you in involuntary protective custody. Meaning that you ain't signing, they forcibly putting you in there for your protection and the safety of the jail, you know what I'm saying, whatever the case may be. But I was only there for like a couple of days because soon that happened to me, the next couple of days, my homies, they shut the jail down. Shut the jail down.
Did you receive any backlash from that? Like
nah.
Involuntary. It's
IPC. Involuntary. Right.
Got it. Okay, so they put you in there.
They put me in there. I ain't sign up or you know what I'm saying. I ain't say yo listen I feel threatened or this happened or whatever. I want to go. No, they said well we putting you in here. This is what's going to happen because we know that it's something. They try to stop things from reoccurring. You know what I'm saying? Sometime rather.
So yeah, what was so that was the incident that I heard about, but was there any more other incidents you was involved in that was I know you, and for the record, this is not glorifying. I'm just asking your story. You know what I mean?
I mean, I don't during the war, you know, I was very fortunate to not get no bad wounds on my face or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, warrior could never go to war and think not to ever get hit. You know what I mean? However, during that war, I caught 5 different jail cases, separate incidents. Those had to be the most traumatic. You know what I'm saying?
What war are we talking about here, so the people know?
The war with the Bloods and Latin Kings.
Okay, so what year was this that the actual war was going down?
This was going on from 9/5 to 9/6, 9/7, 9/8, 9/9. You know what I mean?
So you caught 5 cases.
I caught 5 cases.
You cutting somebody.
Yeah.
Why? Why did you do it?
There's a war going on. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm an op to them, they're op to me. You know what I'm saying? It's a dog eat dog world, man. You know what I'm saying? If I don't get you, you gonna eventually get me. You even have police involved with it. You know what I'm saying? You even have police involved with it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I get you, you get me. You get me, I get. You know what I'm saying? Because all of them wasn't cutting though. I got caught with a razor one time. What? You know what I'm saying? One of them was for a razor. Yeah, I got caught with a razor. Trying to cut somebody. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get to do it, but I got caught with the razor. You know what I mean?
You did a video on your channel about Bailey.
Right.
You said that Bailey was full of shit, basically. Right. Can you explain why did you feel that way?
I mean, for one, a person gonna glorify themselves for a title that they hold. Mm-hmm. Warden, wow. You know what I'm saying? Everything's about image, perception. So when you hear about a ward of a jail, you think about honor, you think, all right, he held the jail down, he the head of the jail, or whatever. But behind the scenes, you beating up on little adolescents. Whether they be Spanish, black, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You beating up on little children that could be your kids or your kids' age.
What do you mean beating on them?
I mean, a kid could say something slick or whatever, all right, I'm gonna smack them, or, you know what I mean? Or it'd be a fight going on and they don't want to break it up. So instead of just subduing you, they want to, get their wreck off, or if you fight them back, they're going to destroy you. You know what I mean? Or it's just that they feel like, you know what I'm saying, I need, anything you say, if they doing something and they feel there's a chance, whatever, they do what they do.
But was Bailey a part of that?
Absolutely.
No, come on, Cross.
Man, Bailey done smacked enough more. I done seen him do, man, listen, man.
Wow.
Bailey, let me tell you something. Forget what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. We're going to look at facts. If right now you Google any of Bailey cases, right now it was just a female officer that once I think Bailey's wife found out about her or whatever, he tried to ostracize her. He was beating her up, whatever, like physically beating her up, putting her in different posts that was like awkward posts, you know what I'm saying, foul posters and everything like that. And he copped out to this he copped out to these charges. And that's another correctional officer. So imagine what he was doing to prisoners. And then let's Google all the cases that's gonna pop up about police brutality, on how he fractured a person's eye socket, broke a jaw, did this as a correctional officer, as a captain and everything, and you know what I'm saying, all that. He was doing all that. You know what I'm saying? And not for nothing, you got individuals like Hayward that's being honest about it. He only really being honest about it because he got caught. Because had he not got caught, he would have been doing it still. And even police got a code of silence.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So now he's out here, telling his story, getting a check as what he, as he should, whatever. But your old friends is looking at you as nothing because you done told they secrets and everything. So they not going to embrace you. And then those that's on the street is looking at you like, well, you chose that side and you was beating us up and you was doing this shit and everything with these guys.
So wait, hold up. So you're saying that if we look up, because you did a video, I didn't watch the whole video, but you saying that Warden Bailey, before he became warden, was whooping ass.
Right.
Well, he said before, after, everything, right?
Before, during, after, when, you know what I'm saying, like that's what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? At one time he was like had a gang of tail, so he was able to just go to different jails, different facilities throughout the island. Sometimes he was even able to go off the island.
He told us he was a fair guy, right? That's what he told me. He said he was a fair guy and he made sure everyone was good.
A CO's job is to make sure this individual is healthy, alive, not trying to escape, not trying to hurt nobody else. If he is trying to do any of the above, you're trained to subdue them in a certain way where you're protected and the subduee or the prisoner is being protected. There's nowhere in the manual says to beat their ass or smack them and do this and do that, and you know what I'm saying, and the stuff that they was doing.
Wait. But you don't feel that, honestly, you don't, there's stories that COs get attacked, get piss thrown on them, shit thrown on them, get attacked, get punched. You know, what about those incidents? You know what I'm saying? How do you feel about that?
Well, I look at it from both sides, because I'm a real dude. And it was situations where, you know, Rikers Island got a lot of beautiful women on there, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of beautiful women. And I remember incident, it's serious.
Chill, Cross. Chill out.
They even more beautiful when you away like that, you know what I'm saying? And you deprived from, you know what I mean? But that's neither here nor there, you know what I mean?
Why did you say it?
But it's been times where dudes would really be on the gate and disrespecting them to the point where they be crying. The women, and you know what I'm saying? And sometimes we done gain report. You know, you've been around for a while. You know what I'm saying? You get to start talking, and she's just steady officer at the house. You ended up, it's inevitable that, you know what I'm saying, you build some type of rapport with them. You know what I'm saying? So it's been times where they'll be crying and everything, and I'll be like, yo, bro, man, like, you know what I'm saying? That could be your mom's coming to work. That could be your sister. That could be your wife.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, do you know what I'm saying? Do you want them, you know, them going and experiencing that? At one time, my wife was going to put down, you know, sign up. I said, no, you not. No, you not. You ain't going to do that. Nah, you ain't doing that.
Did you witness this Bailey behavior with your own eyes?
I witnessed Bailey do things with my own eyes, bro.
So when he did our interview, you didn't agree with him?
I did a lot of things Bailey said. I mean, I'm not saying that everything he did bad. He might have did good deeds, have been fair. You know what I'm saying? You know, he did things like, you know, got dudes out of the box and all that. He said it himself. You know what I'm saying? Give you a banger, whatever. You know, I got 180 days in the box, whatever can be. Hey, I'll give you my ice pick. You let me back out. He even said it himself. He did things like that. That was fair. Okay. He could have kept us in there. You know what I'm saying? In certain cases where he could have gave us new charges, you didn't.
But what was your problem?
That still don't justify the shit you was doing.
But what was your problem about the interview, though? Because you did a blog on it. What was your problem about it?
Oh, my biggest problem, too, is like he was kind, because he made a statement. He said, you asked him, well, why you think Bloods formed or something to that nature. And he said, I think that, you know, honestly, they were just hating because they wasn't the minority or the Spanish people wasn't a lot or they wasn't unified that and whatever. You know what I'm saying? So you basically called me a liar because you came on your interview after mine. So you basically answering some of the things that any one of us on the panel said during that interview. Oh. You understand what I'm saying? And this is words that he said. I think they was just haters.
But I said the word hater though, man. He didn't say hater.
What did he say? He said something to that degree.
But I added the sauce to it. I added the ketchup to the spaghetti sauce. It was
okay,
me.
all right.
It was me. He didn't say
all right.
It was me. I instigated it. It a little bit. You know, I understand, but I did hear about your blog saying that.
But you know the interview. I mean, honestly, it was kind of confusing with the interview. Remember I told you that I had a conversation where I called you and I was like, you know, okay, now Bailey comes in after us. Let me see what this guy got to say. You understand what I'm saying? So it was like kind of tricky, but I'm like, you know what? He has a story too. You know, why not? You know what I'm saying? You know, y'all interviewed me, whatever. You know what I'm saying? People could have looked at y'all as, why do these gang members and why do this and why do that?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You know, but I'm not saying that, you know, I done did bad things also. You understand what I'm saying? But don't try to make us look like something, you know, something other than, you know, like we the scum of the earth and we this, that, and the other, and only thing we was doing is causing havoc. There's no validity on anything y'all saying or how everything started and you know, and so forth and so on. The only thing I was doing was my job. I was protecting, you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm a law-abiding citizen. You know, I'm a law enforcement. I work in the law enforcement, and that's the depiction he was given. But even though I didn't live with him in a housing unit, a lot of times when he worked, his hours or overtimes and everything, you know what I'm saying? I was impacted by that. I was around that. You know what I'm saying? So what he's depicting and what I seen is two totally different things. So just by him being in an interview, period, I had some type of way because I feel some type of way about what he was doing. So I feel some type of way about him. You know what I'm saying?
I have one more question for you. Then G-Money have a couple of questions. You said that you want to get your story out.
Right.
You know, you said that numerous times to me on the phone, and you said that today.
Right.
What exactly do you want the people to know about Mel Cross?
I mean, I think I want to give my family what they wanted, you know, because I have a unique story. You know, I can't honestly sit down here and tell you my whole life story because, you know what I mean, I might go back and be like, oh, I should have said this, or I could have said that, or I remember this, or I remember that. And then in the process of writing, you know what I'm saying, sometimes writing about a person's lifetime could take a lifetime. So it's like, you know, but I want to try, you know, I want to just share because, you know, like, it's a story like a person that just, you know, came from a lot of, you know, pain and, you know, had at one part of his life he was actually alive more in prison than he was out in society. You know what I'm saying? And that's a reality. You know what I'm saying? At one point in time in life, I actually spent more time in my life in prison than in society, and that's counting my baby years and everything. You understand what I'm saying? To be able to come home, readjust, readapt, you know, try to calm this recidivism rate, you know, because I had 20-something years about, damn, what I want to do when I get home.
But you caught a lot of cases in jail.
Huh?
Because your sentence wasn't 20 years. It was 3 to 7, but you caught a lot of cases
No.
in jail.
What happened was my third bid, remember I said my first two. That was the key word, my first two.
Oh.
Know what I mean? I had caught another bid, which was a homicide attempt. And then while I was in prison fighting that, while I was on Rikers Island fighting that for 3 years and some change, I caught them cases.
Did you go to trial for the homicide attempt?
I copped out to everything. I copped out. I was guilty. I'm the only one that was around. You know what I'm saying?
Why you ain't talk about that? That's something you don't like talking about?
For one, you know, I try to justify it. You know what I'm saying? You know, the younger me or whatever is like, man, you know what, man? It is what it is. But as I look at it now, I can't take that back.
Can you tell us
I can't take him back, meaning that I can't bring him back. Like, that situation is a permanent situation. You know what I'm saying? You know, his family and everything is suffering from his loss, from him not being here. And I'm responsible for that. I feel like, I don't really want to get into particulars of my case and like that, but, you know what I'm saying? It resulted in me getting hit 4 times. I got stabbed in my chest 4 times, you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm almost died too late on down the line. And in the process, I killed Tim. You know, I came back and I shot him with everything, you know, and the thing is that it shouldn't have been that serious to that point. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't have been that serious to that point. You know what I mean? Sometimes, like, you know, it's one little thing that could blow up and dudes hold grudges, man. You'll never even know. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, it wasn't that serious, man. He ain't had to, you know what I'm saying? That ain't, you know, if I could take that back, I would. If I could take that back, I would, man. You know what I'm saying? We could have just fought it out or did something else or whatever, right. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, however have you know what I'm saying? But, nah, he you know what I mean?
Do you think about that? Do you think about taking another man's life? Does that cross your mind? Do you see him in dreams, or do you think about it at all, or, you know?
I have. I had my little moments where I would, certain, because what's more, what's so strange about that is that it happened right where one of the places I grew up at. Remember I told you 183rd Crest and everything, it happened over there. It actually happened, over there in that neighborhood. And sometime I go past where it happened at. So I think at that moment, that comes to my head. Cause that's for a lot of years, that's the only memory I had, and that was something real tragic, So I actually sometimes go past where it happened at. You know what I'm saying?
When you regret, that's something you regret?
I mean, I don't want to desensitize it or be disrespectful to the point where I'm saying, at this point, some people might be like, what you mean respect? You killed them, you know what I'm saying? But, I paid my debts to society, you know what I'm saying? I copped out, I took responsibility for it, you know what I'm saying? There's not really more I can do outside of that, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing else I could do outside of that. You know what I mean? Even though his family suffered unjustly, whatever, my family suffered unjustly. They didn't have me do that. Everything that I was doing in the streets, whatever, they was totally against. But they suffered in the process of all that also. By me being gone and then, holding me down and stuff like that while I was locked up. You know what I mean? So.
Yo, so 2016, you said you came home, right?
Yeah.
So, like, what, after all these cases, like, what made you stay out? It's 2019 now. It's 2020. Like, what kept you home? You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, I got to give a lot of credit to my wife, my woman.
Round of applause, please, for the wife.
Wow.
Please.
She's like real no nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's very protective of me, very overprotective of me, and sometimes I always be, I got this little thing where I tell she get real mad about this when I be saying, I didn't sign up for another PO. This is not what I signed up for. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You're not my mother. Man. You're not this. You're not that. You know what I'm saying? But in retrospect, a lot of people that I know that came back to prison, a lot of people I know that came back to prison that was doing good, moved to different states, got property and everything. Mm-hmm. They didn't listen to their wife, and they went out, and that was the last time they was free. You know what I'm saying? So it's being more balanced now because I'm it's all about respect, and I understand what she's saying. I'm really starting to see what she be seeing a lot of the time. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But her on some old, I want you here in a decent time and calling me all the time and being all me, you know what I mean? That definitely helped a lot. And the fact that, my mother's supporting, you know what I mean, my stepmoms, my pop, everybody, I got a lot of support, you know what I'm saying? Even though my pop's been gone since I was 13, his wife never remarried, and his wife always, been my second mom, my stepmom. Wow. So, I always had, that support, you know what I mean? So I got family support. I got a sister. I was staying at her house when I first came home, you know what I'm saying? It was all love, you know what I'm saying? But mainly it was that and the fact that I chose to work, bust my ass. Right. So when I came home, I really didn't want to do nothing else. And then when it's time for me to go on the weekend, all right, man, I got to take out. It's time, we go do something, whatever, or something together. I still, break out, but those two things are key factors. And those are the two things I didn't have when I came home the other times. Mm. I mean,
what would you tell your 14-year-old self? If you can give yourself some advice from when you were 13, 14, like what would you tell yourself now that you've been through it and now that you experienced, this life that you've been through, like what would you give yourself some advice?
What would I tell myself? I would tell myself, I basically tell myself, man, be your age, you know what I'm saying? Act a child, don't rush to be an adult. don't rush to be an adult. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be a kid way shorter than you're going to be an adult.
That's real.
So, enjoy that. Because a lot of my childhood was in prison.
Right.
My teens, 20s, 30s to early 40s was all I was in prison. You know what I'm saying? It's been years at a time I might not even seen a tree. You know what I'm saying? Like things that people take for granted.
Right.
I want to take a bath. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You in prison, you ain't taking no bath. Nothing like there's no baths in there, nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So, that's what I would definitely say, man. Be a child, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't rush to be an adult, man. Because once you get an adult, you gonna wish you was a child again. A lot of them responsibilities that you don't have, that you picking up, a lot of us could relate. Wish we could do certain things over.
Yeah.
But certain things you can't, man. You know, man.
That's real.
You know what's so crazy? I got it. Like, story is crazy, bro.
Yeah.
PTSD is real. If you watch Mel when he talks, you can see him going back. It's like he's there. Especially when you talk about, taking somebody else's life, which, he didn't mean to, well, I can't speak for him. But to get over that is something serious, man.
I mean, that's something I'm always gonna think about. I'm gonna always think about it. Yeah, I ain't gonna put nothing else on that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to glorify that, nothing like that. But yeah, definitely, man.
So now, 2019, you changed man. Look at
Cross
the range,
TV.
man. Cross TV. You got the businessman now.
YouTube.com/Cross TV Network. How I know? I just know about it.
Talk about it.
I mean, it's like, man, I feel like I got a calling, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's something else more to be doing than what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I always felt that, you know what I'm saying? What you feel you deserve, you know what I'm saying, you're going to go out and get, you know what I'm saying? And I just feel like, you know what I'm saying, I should, be pulling in a little more, doing little things that I really want, that I want to do. Because I wrote books while I was in prison. You know what I'm saying? I was just so sidetracked with putting these hours and, paying these bills and stuff like that and everything like that, that I never really took the time out to really, do that. And that's important because I spent a lot of time putting that together. You know what I'm saying? I was, want to do like, every chapter, like little web series, you know what I'm saying? Little things like that. So I wanted to get into like little niches and everything. And I started seeing this and I saw how real it was. I'm like, you know what? This is cool right here, you know what I'm saying? And I could still do what I want to do because one of the things that I didn't touch on, the good things about I was doing while I was in prison was I facilitated the AVP program, which is the Alternative to Violence Project. I did that for a few years. Giving little, like people that need that for their to go to their board or to get trailer visits, they need to take a little program, you know what I mean?
Right.
I was one of them facilitating that because I wanted to take that out here with me. And because of the relationship between us and the Quakers, you know what I'm saying, when I started learning the history about our history together, you know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to keep that going on also, you know what I mean? But Warren Buffett's sister has a non-profit organization, and they were sponsoring our college from Cornell and Cayuga County Community College. They was coming in, teaching us. I was going to school. I got an HIV/AIDS peer training counseling. Like I was doing things also. All that time I was in the box. The money that I could have been spending on donuts and all that other stuff for commissary, I bought books, bro.
Wow.
And all the books that I still had in my possession upon my release, I took home with me. I didn't leave those.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So
Sorry.
So what's on Cross TV right now?
Oh, what the hell?
You got Cross TV going on? Cross TV. Talk about that. Like, what's going to be on there? What's on
Cross
there?
TV, man, thus far, it's in the infancy stages. I'm still taking ideas. Some of the my loyal supporters that have been following me since day one, that I recognize their faces and everything, they telling me to podcast or, do interviews and everything, whatever, something like what y'all got doing. Hopefully I'll be able to get on y'all level, something like that. But, you know, I wanted to do like something like that, you know, plus like, but also like give my opinion on things, you know, hopefully getting guests and everything, you know, stuff like that.
Okay. Sounds dope.
You know, also use that for a platform that, you know, because I got a couple of people that people want to hear stories about, you know what I'm saying? And I got the okay, and I done talked to a couple of people to get their stories out, you know what I'm saying? Some of the people like Ron Dew, you know what I'm saying, from the Bronx, you know, the Baldwin brothers, you know, with the AZ situation, you know, with him, you know, got a couple of things that I wanted to put out there, you know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
Yeah. I want to focus more on that, but I also want to have like I also want to try like give little kids little messages, you know what I'm saying, the youth and everything. I also too want to like, you know, you know, do something.
You talking about the brothers, that situation that happened to AZ? That's what you're talking about, the cousin?
Now, I remember Ron Dew, he was in the Fed magazine, he shot AZ, whatever, you know what I'm saying, you know. That's a big brother to me, you know what I'm saying? That's like an uncle to me, you know what I'm saying? Me and Ron Dew is real close, you know what I'm saying?
Closing out, is there anything you want to say to the people? This is, you know, so much things to say. Definitely, I want everybody to go to youtube.com/Cross TV Network. Closing out, is there anything you want to tell the people? Anything you want to say that you didn't get a chance to say?
Anything you want to glorify?
Yeah, anything you want to say.
I want to glorify the fact that, you know, things like YouTube and things that y'all doing, you know, helping us getting our story out, giving us a platform, you know, that's very appreciative, you know, I always read comments because I think that's very important. And, you know, people be saying like, you know, yeah, you know, they trying to start doing this for content, whatever the case may be. But people don't fail to realize it ain't like y'all running out looking for somebody, you know what I'm saying? People actually is tuning in and acknowledging y'all, you know what I'm saying? You know, I want to thank y'all for that.
Appreciate it.
And also, man, you know, for the real people out there, man, you know, I took a big chance, you know, reputation, everything, to be coming on social media with a background like mine. You know, but I always been a person, I always been my own man. You know what I'm saying? You know, so I follow what I feel was right for me. And if I can feed my family, whatever, in the process of doing it, why not? You know what I'm saying? Everybody out there that's on social media, man, what I seen a lot of y'all doing, man, it's just fake wars happen out of nowhere. Some dudes might be cool with each other. Next thing I know, dudes is beefing, dudes is doing this. You know, a lot of dudes is taking little bits and pieces of your video and everything and putting in other people's videos.
Yeah, sure, it's crazy.
I'm like, wow, I'm actually learning a lot. Things that I didn't learn, you know, when I was going to school, you know, and everything where I was being taught, you know. It's real crazy, man. But mainly to my supporters, man, you know, I appreciate y'all for all your comments, believing in me. You know, all those that did make the donations, I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember all the names, so I ain't gonna say no name right now. I will name them again if you know what I mean. Y'all showing me a lot of love. Y'all giving me ideas, and y'all also giving me that push to keep going. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's new. And, you know, I definitely see a future in it. You know what I'm saying? I want to give y'all the most, you know what I'm saying, utmost respect, man.
Appreciate it.
Now, you help me out, and, you know, talking to my family. You held me down, man. You're official, man. I rock with you. Is there anything, you know, on our side that we can do to help promote who you are, what you're doing, you know, you definitely would do so. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Appreciate that, man.
I think that you have a talent as far as like your outtake on things, and people like the way you talk.
I mean, you could be real without getting people indicted, or, you know what I'm saying? You could be real. There's ways to go about doing things, man. You know, some people are just like closed-minded or just, you know what I mean? But it is what it is, man. You know what I mean?
You be real when I get people indicted.
Yeah, nah, because, you know, a lot of people, because you know why? I speak to a lot of people, right? I speak to a lot of people, and people be like, yo, you know, just be careful, man, you know, because you out there, you know, you know, you out there now, you got to be careful, you know what I'm saying? You know, eyes is watching you, whatever, you know what I mean? So I'm like, well, I'm not really doing nothing, and people I'm talking about, for, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about me, so, this is my shit, this is my life, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Do you think you're a smooth guy? Anybody tell you smooth?
Absolutely not. Yeah, absolutely, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Gotta be smooth sometime, man. You know what I mean?
He cool, man. Cool, God. He cool. Damn.
Man.
Why you do that, man? Damn. You set me up.
Yeah, man.
You threw the.
Nah, man.
You
Nah,
know,
man.
Go do that. Yo, listen.
Look at the lights and eyes.
But yo, man, also, this for my supporters, man. I let y'all know, too, that, you know what I'm saying, that I'm human, you know what I'm saying? I showed y'all sensitive parts, you know what I'm saying? This is what I am. This is who I, you know what I'm saying? So, subscribe, and support your boy.
I think that the one with you got PTSD is real. I'm gonna close it out like this. PTSD is real, and I think when you was talking about the personal situation, like with your family, after that, that was like we saw it in your eyes, man. That whole
I felt
that shit was thick.
Like, nah,
it'd be sometime like it'd be situation. I just be having to catch, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not perfect, you know what I'm saying? But I'm working on things, you know what I'm saying? So
real.
And for all the youth, you know what I'm saying? Don't make no sucker to do what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Not that nobody said that, but I'm just letting it be out there because
it's real.
once people of my stature, like when they see me doing it, whatever, or certain things going on, then it becomes cool. But if the OGs are just sitting back and they not doing nothing and whatever, then they kind of like maybe wanting to do something, but they skeptical. But when they see other people doing it, they're like, okay, okay. You know what I'm saying? It ain't what you do, it's how you do it, you know what I mean?
That's why he cool, you know what I'm saying?
Yo,
man. Why. But maybe.
Wait, hold on. Tell them where to find you at. Tell them all the stuff to find you at.
You already know you can find me at Cross TV Network. You know what I'm saying? That's Cross with a K. Know my thing, gang. I'm also on Instagram. That's Mel lowercase Cross with a K lowercase 183rd
underscore, not lowercase.
Underscore, okay, underscore. See what I'm saying? I'm still new to the I'm still new to it. Yeah, Mel underscore Cross with a K underscore 183rd. Also, man, go check out some things for your ladies in Pink Hot Boutique. Yes. And also you need a movers or delivery service, go to Dell's LLC. You know what I mean? Dell's Express LLC, excuse me.
Out here working, man,
Trying to get it together, man.
That's what's
definitely
up,
trying to get it together, man.
Salute, man.
Appreciate you coming out here, man. Appreciate you coming to the platform.
Man. I think this is one of the most, it wasn't hype or nothing, but the emotion standpoint really stuck out.
Yeah.
I give you that. Yeah, it went exactly how I thought it would go. You know what I mean? Like the emotion was.
I had no expectation. I didn't know where we were gonna go. I didn't know where we was gonna go with it today.
You know what? I was gonna ask him, but I said I'm gonna just. No, I was gonna ask you. I'm like, well, what questions, whatever. You know what I mean? Then I was just like, nah, I ain't even gonna do that.
Don't do that, man. Don't do that, man. We don't do that, baby. You gotta just take it how you get it, man.
Nah, it was dope though. I definitely appreciate where the conversation went.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Real talk. That's what I'm saying. Like,
it was dope.
I know that sometimes people have visions of saying certain things and they don't go the way. That's why I asked you if you had anything to talk about or say. I wanted you to end it because I know that we kind of got stuck on the family thing and the emotion. It got a little. It was But I fuck with you, man. I support you. And I think that this would give the people an opportunity because, like I said, youtube.com/Cross TV Network to go to your channel. The logo coming soon. Hopefully get some shirts coming soon. Man.
Yeah, man. Definitely, man. Definitely think about some hoodies and some hats, man.
You know what I'm saying? So,
everybody be talking about my hats, man. Think about my
Shout us out, G.
Yeah, we out of here, man. At DJ G Money 156 on the gram. Make sure y'all subscribe and follow the Flip the Script pod on Instagram also. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Y'all already here, so if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Every Thursday, Tipsy Thursdays, make sure y'all pop out, man. You know what I'm saying? Dope episode. Classic.
Facts. Let me ask you a question.
What, bro?
Where the fuck you get that cup with the diamonds on it? What the fuck?
The sister be making those. She make those. She on Instagram and all that. You know what I'm saying? You want one? I get.
Yeah, we'll love one of them.
I'm plugging with her, man. I'm plugging with her, man.
Yeah, let me know, man.
Definitely, man. That's cool. I'm definitely put the plug in for him. I'm gonna let her know, right?
Let her know I'm interested in. Let me know. I got it.
Copy. I got you.
Queen's Flip, man. Dope episode. Not every episode is gonna be crazy and hype. you know, this episode is more, you know, emotional to me, and I fuck with it. I think that, you know, able to, you never judge a book by its cover. And I think Mel answered all questions, you know, the best way he can. You know what I mean? So, you know, remember, make sure you subscribe, turn your notifications on, lock your doors, close your windows, close your blinds, open your blinds. And if you see a nigga like Mel Cross on your lawn, you don't need a fire off. No. Get yourself a book. I'm from Queens.